Genesis, Abacab, right now on States and Kingdoms.
After Duke, which is a phenomenal album.
I love Duke. It might be, yeah, I'm not going to say. I don't have favorites, I'm not going to say.
This album does get singled out, though, as being the album where they shift to a more mainstream pop rock kind of sound. So, you have a lot to say about that, so go ahead.
I disagree, sir. I don't think that there is any easy way to point at any album or any change in the band's history and say, there's the shift. Here I don't see it either. I know that they had an idea to change, but they changed before this too. They're artists, they're evolving, they're always changing. That's okay. The end.
Okay. This album, though, is definitely different.
It's different, but it's not... I don't know. Maybe it's because I listened to Genesis from such a young age. I don't hear the giant, like...
No, well, stylistically, I don't feel that they really changed. Fundamentally, I don't feel that they changed.
Listening to Duke, on Duke you've got songs like Turn It On Again and Misunderstanding. Mm-hmm. Which sound like... Those are songs that could be on, like, any of the next albums. Mm-hmm.
Well, so we've talked about it before. We'll talk about that again, and especially if we do like a ranking video.
Oh yeah, I'll rank the shit out of that.
That's great. Anyway, so side one on this is, I think, demonstrably, objectively,
it's good, very
awesome. Good. Side one opens with
self-titled song Abacab.
Very good.
I didn't even look. Basically a 7-minute long song. Mm-hmm. Doesn't feel that long, although it really does go through quite shifts and changes. It's quite a dynamic song.
It is really dynamic. I like this song a lot. I mean, obviously, this is a perfect opener. It's great when the song, matches the title of the album. I love it when that happens. And, it is interesting that this opens with like a 7-minute song, because you are expecting... So this is why, you don't read the fan magazines.
Because everyone's like, everything's shorter. They went for short form songs now.
You're kind of expecting this album to sound more like Invisible Touch, which to me is the first album where it's like, yeah, that's different. That's different. That does sound more like what everyone's been telling me,
yeah, but you still have Last Domino,
sounds like.
And you've still got the Brazilian.
Don't defend it. We already did a review of it.
Oh, I get so
We both agreed it's beautiful. The thing is, so it does open with a fairly complex, dynamic song.
Abacab is a feast for the synthy,
the synth
Tony
is
Banksness of. I mean, it's all over this album. This album is like super Banksy.
One of the things about this album I actually really like is how kind of diverse it is, how it varies. So you have it open with this song. The next song...
No reply at all.
We have to explain why you have to look down. I don't know why you have to look down. Albums you've listened to a billion times.
Because I'm a tard.
Yeah. No reply at all. It goes into No Reply at All, which is just a very kind of danceable.
It's really
catchy.
It is. It's catchy,
wonderful,
and it's like it kind of
straight ahead song.
Comes at you. It's really, really quite like
it
forceful in like a happy way.
Brings to mind that I love the production on this album, and that goes for like every Genesis album.
They all sound great. They all do.
They do. They have their albums that sound wonderful. They really do. So, no matter what, I love the sound of this. And these songs are just, like, perfectly formed. Mm-hmm. So this song, I mean, as far as, like, you call it mainstream. It's not even that mainstream. But you call it just, like, a catchy, driving, kind of dancey.
They just, it's a great rhythm.
Pop
which
rock
is,
that's
song. Phil. Always great rhythms, awesome. Great beats. Yeah, it's got a great hook. It's got the horns, which really, like pump, it's got those like peaks and...
Mm-hmm. And I actually like the way the horns are used on this.
Yeah, it's great. I love this song. It's a great song.
It's done still, not in a like not in like a straight Earth, Wind, and Fire way, but still in a
No.
Genesis way.
No, it just punctuates.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I mean, it's not like the end of You Can Call Me Al or anything. No, I'm just saying it's
No,
not.
it's true. It's not 80s sax.
No.
Not at all.
I mean, the '80s, I didn't have any sax.
The 80s had a lot of sax. Me and Sarah Jane. This is a great song. This is a standout, I would say. I know you like this song.
It's probably my favorite on the album.
Yeah.
Just I don't know, something really special about it to me, and it always kind of drew my attention even.
Well, because
before.
it goes through so many changes. The song
Lots of
really,
changes, Max.
Lots of changes. It shifts and it builds. It has all these little like movements, and
Yeah,
it's not. I mean, it's on the longer
piano
side. It's
player
another
wrote
like
this
six
song.
six yeah
You
6-minuter.
Yeah.
But it really does like move and blossom into this really beautiful song.
Yeah, Tony Banks. Tony Banks is amazing, and I just love this song. There's sort of the argument that we're always making as far as like Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, or even Steve Hackett, whose departure was so important and changed Genesis quite a lot. We've said more than even Peter Gabriel leaving, perhaps. But Tony Banks does not get the credit. Neither does Mike Rutherford.
They don't.
For all that they do here, and it just that
It's their
persists.
Band.
Yeah, year after year.
Yeah.
Things that people said in like 1973.
Yeah.
You're still hearing it.
Yep. Thanks, internet.
Anyway.
Yeah, me and Sarah Jane just, I love like the bridge, that part, like first time, and then it opens up into like another section of the song.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Keep It Dark is also a great song.
Well, I like it too.
A little
it's
bit
just
more
so
upbeat.
driving.
Yeah.
But in a different way than No Reply at All. It doesn't have the hook.
No, but it's the
it's all
synth,
rhythm.
Yeah.
All rhythm.
The synths and the drums just like taking turns.
And when you have one of the greatest drummers of all time, all rhythm is a good thing.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah.
Just great.
So side 1, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I'm not saying side 2 isn't. Just saying so
Side
far
1,
so good.
Solid.
Just awesome music.
Yeah. Side 2 starts with Dodo.
Dodo /
Lurker.
Lurker, yeah.
Which is funny, on here it's not a slash.
I know. It's just Dodo, Lurker.
Lurker.
Which is, I mean, I just, say it, but it's obviously, you could say it's fairly proggy.
It is proggy.
Well, at the very least,
it's a longer form. It kind of
it's
it
not
moves and
so dissimilar from things they had done
Not at all.
before. A lot of things they had done before. Genesis never did. I mean, other than a couple of instances, they weren't doing album side-long songs that often.
No.
I mean, it wasn't, there are some bands that did those sorts of things more than they did, certainly. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yelpy. And, the, Death Doll. No, but, so, this is typical for them.
Yeah, I don't see the change.
And it's really not that different. And actually, I think it's really excellent. I think it's really great.
Mm-hmm. This whole album is just like
I don't want to just
rhythm.
have to like we're defending it. It feels like that because it's always, you get
the
that a
80s
lot.
albums get shat upon.
A little bit.
They do. And
Yeah.
Phil in particular,
Yeah.
who throughout this album, like forget about the drumming, which is amazing, but his singing is just
Yeah. It's taken for granted.
infallible.
It is taken for granted.
It is taken for granted.
His singing.
And he's one of those singers who I just love to listen to. He's got like a really great voice, great range, but just a great song stylist, and he's got a little bit of that. I always thought, a little like John Lennon kind of thing, in his voice.
Yeah. I hear that.
It's a great voice.
Yeah.
It's a really great voice. So Who Done It is probably
My favorite song on the album.
It's the song that
your
gets the
favorite song on the
most crap.
You know what's funny about this, and I don't. There's not a lot to say about it other than, I like, was it Push the Little Daisies, and Mairzy Doats, and
What you would call annoying song.
doesn't bother me.
Me neither.
And and it's not again. They really had. This isn't the first time they've done something
No.
sort of similar. This is different, sure, but his sort of acting songs, you could call
Yeah.
them, I suppose.
Yeah, when he portrays a character, he puts on his like his Cockney accent and he does a character. He does it, yeah. He does it on, like robbery, assault and battery, right? On Trick of the Tail, shows up in places. It shows up on his solo album. That's his thing. He likes to do every now and then. I never thought this song was that weird.
No, I just wouldn't take it seriously.
Well, why would you?
I don't think it doesn't actually, to me, it doesn't spoil the rhythm of things, because
they're having fun with it.
the album starts with a fairly long song, then there's a fairly shorter song
Then a
that is not complicated in the least,
right,
and then a ballad, basically a ballad,
and then another upbeat song.
So, the ballad.
Oh, Man on the Corner.
So, Man on the Corner is written by Phil.
This is a great song.
And because of that, it sounds most like Phil.
Yeah, well, it's the
Phil
sound that
Collins.
Phil was into at the time. So you get the drum machine and the kind of spare atmospheric ambient. It's simple, but very effective, very moody song.
It's a good song.
It's a really good song.
Yeah, it is a good song. And again,
I love it.
I just really do love the intro. I love the way the song begins. Very, very distinctive.
Yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Beginning.
The penultimate song on the album is Like It or Not. No, I think this is great. This is one of my favorite songs. It's got a great melody, really nice, kind of, I don't know what. It's a beautiful song. The lyric is really tender, I find it, and honest, and I think Phil does a great job singing it. It's just a really nice song. Mike Rutherford does it again.
So the three songs that they the rest of the songs are all
Joint efforts.
Yeah, they're all not credited.
Yeah.
And the three songs, it's really interesting because they really are kind of fitting. It's that I'll just listen to those three songs and you kind of get an interesting idea of Genesis.
Yeah, I Like It or Not.
Contributing what?
I love it. I think it's a great song. Great, yeah.
And there's no question that Phil began contributing more songwriting, and it did, of course, change the sound. We're not saying it didn't, obviously. But the thing is...
Look how long it took.
The thing is that he really wasn't doing that until, here.
Right.
And even then, Tony Banks and Mike Rutherford were still...
They're always there.
Directing.
Yeah, totally, 100%. And then you've got another record, which...
It's a great song.
It's so good.
No, I know that some people... I mean, there are other songs that they recorded at the time, and, a lot of times, people, feel that they should have been on the album, and, and that's very likely. Why they weren't, I don't always know. That usually differs. But just taking the album as it is, forgetting all of that, and another record, I actually really like this song. So that's another, I don't know, I think it's a really great song. Very catchy.
No, I mean, it starts so cool. This song is exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's a great final song. The way it opens up and builds, and the beat comes in, and then the synth. It's awesome. I love it.
So just, taking this album as it is, it's a absolutely solid record. And, we were talking about, other, prog bands, their contemporaries, who mostly were not around. King Crimson basically reformed this year. And, Yes was still around, but they had dropped members and added people.
So much,
and,
yeah.
And Emerson, Lake and Palmer, obviously, I mean, what happened to them. Love Beach. And, but, I mean, the fact that Genesis had this ability to continue and putting out albums of this caliber and actually have their biggest success 15 years after they started is extraordinary.
Yeah, it's not the norm. It's incredibly unique. That's why they're such a unique, special band. I don't know why people love to tear their 80s stuff apart, but I feel like it's just...
A ton of people loved it.
Obviously, yeah. I feel like there's just some people that just have trouble with bands when they become successful.
Yeah. But I think it's our contention is that they didn't change as much, certainly not as quickly as
They did not.
many people,
No.
right.
No, I'll defend my stance violently if necessary.
But no matter what, the change, it's a good change.
It's a good change.
No, I mean this album is wonderful. And
But I love that, yeah, like again, like to keep saying the same thing over and over again. I never made a distinction between this and like Sailing England by the Pound.
Well,
and I love it all. These,
there are definite
like
connections between.
Of course,
they really followed a very obvious progression, like album by album. You can kind of see the next one. It's really not that big of a surprise.
Yeah, so I don't know why anything would
Certainly
be a shock.
not from Duke to this.
No,
at all.
No.
But not even really. Whatever.
Yeah. Bah.
It's a great album. It's a classic. We both really love it.
No, it's great. Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know what you think of Abacab in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned for more videos here at States and Kingdoms Wednesdays and Fridays. We will see you next time.